Hello everyone, welcome to this Options Talk 39 between Raghunath and me. It was quite a roller coaster ride for the market last week when I had suggested over the weekend that it might go up. It did go up and then went to cross the previous high, went towards more than I think 15,300 and again came down fast. So now everyone is wondering what is happening. Has the market topped out? Because everyone is expecting a top almost every day. So of course we can't tell whether the market has topped out for this year or not. But what we can do is based on options and simple charts, we can see what is happening for the short term. So if you see this hourly chart of Nifty future, this doesn't look like a topped out chart to me. First of all, if you take the Fibonacci ratios, it is still retracement. The 61% retracement is at 14,825. So as long as it is above 14,800, this might just be a retracement of the previous rise, and that previous rise was quite a fast rise from 14,400 to 15,300, almost 700 points in just 4 days. So basically, as long as 14,400 is held, this is just a pullback. That is my view. Even if you look at the point and figure chart of intraday chart of Nifty futures, same picture here for me. I mean, it doesn't look bearish as of now. In fact, towards the end on Friday, it has given a pullback. Of course, that weekend pull, whether it was a weekend pullback or not, that we will know only on Monday morning, that is tomorrow. But looking at the Nifty spot chart, which last time I remember I had said 14,511 is the moving average. It was exactly here that time, and it had just touched the moving average and not closed below it. And after that, it went all the way to 15,300, like we said, and now again retracing. So this is just a retracement. It is basically a sideways action after this big anchor column from 13,600 to 15,300, which was from 1st February to 15th February, the budget post-budget rally. So as far as this is concerned, this looks like just a consolidation. But we will be now the moving average is placed at 14,695. So as long as it is above 14,600, the Nifty spot, it is just a retracement. But at the same time, you also need to be on the lookout that in case this closes above 15,250, which is you can see on the commentary on the right hand side, a close above 15,250 will be a double top buy, and that will be a very powerful double top buy. So that is something. In fact, there is a sort of a ABC formation here, which we'll talk about in point and figure charts. This turned down exactly from the 45-degree trend line, and 45-degree trend lines are extremely important as we have been highlighting repeatedly. So any double top buy above 15,250 will again be above that 45-degree trend line. So that is going to be bullish. So don't be, biased towards any view. If 14,800 holds and it rallies, maybe it might be forming another triangle with another column of X inside this column of O. Who knows? That we'll have to wait and see. But I expect at least maybe 15,100, 150 if 14,800 holds for the next week. So that is something which you need to keep an eye on. Don't be completely biased for any downside. Why this is also seen from the options chart. This is the 14,900 put chart. Here, when Nifty shot up from 14,400 to 15,300, it made a big bearish anchor column over here on 2nd and 3rd of March. And in spite of the fact that Nifty came down fast over the last couple of days, this high of this anchor column, which is near 390.95, has not been crossed. Okay, there is a double, triple top buy and all that, but this bearish anchor column also plays a role. So as long as this is below 395, right now it is 310.15. Uh, this is just a retracement on the put. On the call, which is again 14,900, here there was a bullish anchor column. Not an okay, it was an anchor column, and again it is within the price action is within that. Of course, there was some bearish action here, but if we get the next double top buy, which is about 455, then again that will be bullish for Nifty. But looking at this chart, I feel we might be in for sideways range, something like 14,850, 900 to 15,150, 200 for the next week. Any bullishness will be only, as I said, on a close above 15 to 50. One chart which looks interesting to me for next week is HUL, Hindustan Unilever. It has been doing nothing over the last almost 2-3 months, and now it is at least the option call chart looks a bit bullish. This 20 to 20 call, if it crosses 50, it will be a triple top buy now, and stop loss will be maybe 35 or so, and maybe it can go towards 65, 70. So keep a watch on HUL. In fact, this whole action over the last 5 days has been sort of bullish, with some, of course, bearish action in between. But overall, this is a bullish chart for me. Looking at the multiple open interest for the weekly expiry, this is 10th March. Although this is, I mean, there was all the calls have been written and the puts have been covered, but still it is not, the put call ratio is not in a bearish territory for these kind of strike prices, 14,900, 14,800. Exactly same thing what I had said last weekend. And I would not be extremely bearish if it opens flat on Monday. So keep an eye on any bullish action, and that can be traded if you are not biased. So that is my only advice, that because I have seen a lot of people have started calling it a top for Nifty for the year. That is too early to say. So play it as per the levels, maybe week by week. So for this week, if 14,800, 900 is held, I am expecting 15,100 or maybe even 200. Of course, the breakout will be only above 15,250. Yeah, that's all from my side, Raghunath. And now Raghunath will be speaking on impact of VIX on option strategies. Any questions on this, or should I pass it on to you?
Yeah, I mean, just so this is in my talk will be extension of what you are talking already.
Yeah,
That whether it's bearish or bullish, this we don't know. I mean, the way market is moving, 300 points,
yeah,
400 points, 500 points in a day. So anything can happen basically.
yeah. There
So
is no point in having a complete bias. That is the
yes,
most important thing.
yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
now you can make me.
yeah,
Hello guys. Today I wanted to talk about the impact of implied volatility, VIX. Mainly because I mean I've been looking at some of the option strategy that were going on. Uh, I also do some paper trading of several different strategies, and I've been looking at many of these short volatility strategies like straddle, strangle, and all that, and they are suffering a lot because because of huge changes in the market. Like we have as I said, 300 for 400 500 points of move in both directions, and also the VIX is very high, the implied volatility is very high, which means the the premiums of the options is very high. So if you are, yeah, and I will show you the implied volatility chart. But based on that, I tweeted something uh, the last week, that what is the impact of implied volatility or the VIX on short volatility strategies. In this case, I'm talking about short straddle, short strangle, but it is equally applicable to any other short volatility strategies like iron condor or iron butterfly, or in normal butterflies as well. Because what is happening is that the implied volatility is changing very fast. Implied volatility itself is a measure of the volatility that people are expecting, and even there itself there is a volatility. So volatility of volatility itself is very high. Now that's a big problem because uh, the strategies can go into loss or profit very quickly, despite without any gamma effect or something, because your VIX or the implied volatility itself is changing very fast, and this is not an ideal scenario for you to do any strategies that involve short volatility or even long volatility in both ways. Because what is happening is that you know you buy some long option direct on some kind of directional bet, whether it could be bearishness for bearishness, or it could be for bullishness. You could take any bet, and if you simply bought a, a call or a put at when the VIX was at 26, and suddenly there is a drop in the VIX from 26 to 24, 23, and suddenly you're looking at loss even if the direction was correct in your favor, right? So, this is not an ideal scenario for those kind of strategies. So, that's what I tweeted the other day, was that when India VIX at 20 is ideal for short volatility strategies. When India VIX at above 20, then you have to pay attention and you have to be cautious. And when India VIX is at 25, you need to stop doing these short volatility strategies. Of course, this is when the VIX is on the way up, but you can do these strategies on their way down, which is after the volatility has shot up, and when it is coming down, then you can do this. There is no problem. But when the volatility
Yeah,
is shooting up,
one
then that's a
example is
problem.
last March when, sorry,
Yeah, exactly. I was going to show that.
26. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is in the March last to 2020 March. So we started at about 20, and when it is going up, you should have paid attention. But once it started going above 25, then it's better to exit all the way, because we don't know how long it can go up. Of course, in the hindsight, you can say that it went up to 26 and then it came down. That you can say in hindsight. But once it is going up, you never know when it's going to stop. So 25 for me, at least at personal level, of course, you might have a different view. That's a different thing. But at my personal level, I would never do these kind of strategies, short volatility strategies like short triangle or short straddle. I would be extremely cautious and extremely careful unless the VIX is coming down like this. It has to come down. It has to turn around. So if we look at the last week strategy, last week implied volatility, you can see that it went up to 27, came down to 23. Again, it went up to 27. It's staying there. So this is not ideal, for short volatility strategies, because one thing is happening is that the movement in the markets are huge, which means your delta movement is very huge. Delta movement means directionality, right? So let's say if I put let's say, yeah, maybe straddle, let's say, okay, I placed a short straddle strategy, right? And to, sorry, this is wrong, 15,000, around 15,000, let's say. So now let's imagine that I have placed a short straddle strategy, and okay, I'm doing it at very high. It's already IV is around 28, because VIX measures the combination of 3 months together, so that's why it's slightly lower. But here the IV shown is here is expiry wise. So this is for March expiry only. So now we are at a very high VIX, so that's why your premiums are very high. But just imagine that if tomorrow suddenly the market moves to 15,300 or 400, so you're already losing money here just from the movement itself, nothing to do with VIX, just for the movement itself, right? See here, if it goes to 15,004, let's say 300 maybe, like you're already losing 4,000 bucks, right? Just for 300 points itself, you're losing so much. So you have to be careful in this scenario, because the movements are very big. Okay, so that's the only point I was trying to make, that because the VIX is above 25, you have to be extremely careful, right? Above 25, you need to stop doing these strategies unless they are coming down, the VIX is coming down, because otherwise these huge movements itself will take you into loss immediately. And this has happened in the past 2 months, January and February, because of these huge moves here, right? Here and here also. If you look at the volatility, right? Here the movement is very high, from 15,000 something to 400, 500 points. So these short volatility strategies cannot withstand those kind of movements. And another thing, what happens is that, so imagine here if you have started around 14,900 or something, right? If you have shorted a straddle here, and I think at that point of time the VIX was on February 26, right? Let's look on February 26. Yeah, here. For example, the opening VIX is around 22, right? Is around 22, and by the closing time, it went to 28. 28. It went to
High
28.
was 29.
Yeah, he was 29. So just imagine this. I mean, I'll show you the simulation here. Okay, so you started here. Just imagine the scenario. You started here around this point, and the market went to 4,500 or something. You're already sitting on minus 6,000, right? And add to that, your volatility has increased by 22 to 28, right? So assume 2 points each, 2, so 6 points, so almost 30%. Okay, so increase this to 30%. Okay, and then you go to 14,500. Imagine 600 also. You're already sitting on 18,000 loss, right? So that is a risk I am talking about here. So both by direction and also volatility, you're going to lose from this. So take that extreme risk as a caution when you're doing these kind of strategies. When the VIX is above 25, maybe about 20, maybe you can manage a little bit, but about 25, it's extremely risky. So the only way is when the VIX to calm down, because the VIX itself is very volatile. See, if you look at the VIX here, so here you started at around you started around 2021, you went to 22, or sorry 25, you came down to 22, you went to 28, again you came down to 22, again you went up to 25. So the VIX itself is very volatile, so you don't know what is going to happen with VIX itself. Okay, one thing is that the market is already betting that, because the VIX is above 20 in general, it's already betting that the moves are very huge, and the VIX itself is saying that these huge moves are not in one direction, right? Because the VIX itself is very volatile, which means the market itself is moving in both directions and moving very big, right? So you are going to suffer if you are going to do these short volatility strategies, because your volatility itself is very volatile, and the moves itself are very big. So so just be cautious if you're doing short straddles or short strangles. And my recommendation, okay, it's take with a pinch of salt and do your own diligence and all that. is that be cautious and wait for the volatility or the VIX to calm down. And when I say calm down, then I mean that it is not volatile. The VIX itself is not volatile. So let it this your moving average, let it come down like this. Let it come down. Right now it's going up and volatile. So let it calm down, and then you can attempt doing your short straddle or short triangle strategies. That's a point I wanted to make. And also for people who are when this VIX itself is very volatile. Now imagine that you are betting. Okay, let's say you are tomorrow you are betting that the market is going up. Okay, so I buy a 15,000 call. Okay, that's fine. Now imagine that if market doesn't do tomorrow something, or maybe it moves by 100 points, let's say, or 2%, let's say it moves up by 2%. Okay, sorry. So let's say it goes to 15,100, something like that. So you get around $7,000. That's fine. But what happens if the volatility drops by 20% or 25%? What happens? Like 15,200 now? You're not getting the same amount that you would get if the volatility doesn't drop, because you're buying your call option at a very high volatility, right? It's around 28, 26 for this particular option. So keep that in mind. And another thing is that, okay, assume that market doesn't go up, and then the volatility drops by 20, then you will lose around $6,000, right? So keep that in mind. And that is why I also tweeted that don't go for plain long options, whether it could be call option or whether it could be put option. It can be any plain option. Don't go with plain options, because the volatility is very high, which means you're buying it at a very high premium. Okay. So instead, what I suggested was that go for spreads. So instead of doing a 15,000 call long option, maybe you can do 15,500 call. You simply sell it. So what happens is that your volatility is offset. If there is a drop in volatility, you will not see as much effect on just a plain long option, right? In a plain long option, your Vega is around 1300, but just by shorting a 500 points away a call option, you have taken away a lot of the effect of this volatility from your option. So your effect is not that much, only around 275 rupees per Vega. So you will not lose that much money here. So you are on a plain long option, you are losing 4,000, 5,000 rupees. Here you would lose around 1,000 rupees. So you are in a way reducing the effect of the Vega on your option. So this was my suggestion when there is huge changes in volatility. So keep these two things in mind. Don't go for short volatility strategies as long as the VIX is above 25 and going up, and also not to go with the plain long options. If you're taking a directional bet, go with spreads. It can be any kind of spread. Okay. And another thing is also not go with calendar spread options. Why? I will tell you. So let's assume here, if you remember my previous talks on calendar spreads on all that, you would remember that to not go with these spread options when calendar spread options when the VIX is very high, because you never know when the volatility will drop. Now imagine here 25 March, and then I go to April, and I do buy the same call option. Okay, so here I'm doing a spread, sorry. So here short March and long that. Okay. One minute. Sorry. Okay. So now this is a normal calendar spread, right? Okay, the premiums are good and everything is fine. But what happens if the VIX drops suddenly? Let's say 20%. Okay, just pay attention here. Here it's almost zero, right? Just see how much it will go down. Let's say 20% drop, right? Now suddenly your payoff is will shrink and you will be sitting on a huge loss on 3,000 bucks just from drop in volatility. So that is the caution that I wanted to say. I wanted to talk about that. Don't go for plain long options, go for spreads, and be very cautious with these calendar spreads, any kind of calendar spreads, because these are supposed to be done at low VIX conditions and not at very high VIX conditions. And to not go with short straddle, short triangle, or any other short volatility strategies, because you don't know where the VIX is going to go up from here. So wait for it to calm down, because VIX itself is very volatile, as I shown you here, right? So let it calm down, and then only you can go with your short volatility strategies, and let it come down below 25-20, depending on your risk appetite. Then only you go for these kind of short volatility strategies. That's all from me, AP. If you don't have
Yeah,
any
the
questions.
actually I just wanted to add that a lot of people have, especially the people who have started recently. I mean, last few months,
Yeah.
shorting volatility. They think that this at the money call. In fact, if you look at this 14,900 or 15,000 call, they are well above 300, 300, 400. So the straddle
Yes.
is something like 700, 800. They think that, "Arey, itna premium hai, that is a very good premium to
Ah,
short." That is the biggest trap actually.
exactly.
So I mean, any at the money call which is 300, 400, even the put will be similar to that. So that is
Yeah.
actually a very dangerous thing to do. That itself, in fact, the price of the ATM call put itself suggests that there is something wrong in the VIX.
Yeah. Exactly. Because
Yeah,
people are basically, the premiums are telling you that they're betting a big move,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
if that big move happens, it what usually happens is that the big move will happen. If it happens, it is associated with increase in volatility, and that is the most dangerous thing. Like
yes, yeah,
a It is like a double whammy.
yeah,
So one
right.
one thing is that you direction will be huge, and then your volatility is also increasing. Then you
In
are
fact,
getting affected both ways.
that is what is sort of prompting people to predict that Nifty has topped out, because something similar had happened in last February 2020 when VIX started going up above 18 and 20. But it's too early today. As long as price Nifty doesn't break certain levels, we cannot say it is a top. There is no point in
Yeah,
preempting, and it will keep. I mean,
yeah,
like you said, 300 points fast rise, 400 points fast fall. That will continue for some time.
yeah, exactly. So you
Yeah,
either you will be stopped out of your short straddles, short strangles much more frequently,
correct.
or even with the adjustments also it's difficult because they're moving so fast. See, normal adjustments are good only when it's kind of sideways within certain small ranges. Then it's fine. But with these kind of huge moves, it doesn't make sense even to do adjustments. It's not even recommended to do that.
Yeah. In fact, this is
So
like that warning, especially pre-monsoon. I remember every year when the
yeah,
monsoon is about to come, there is a big warning for the fishermen that it's
yeah,
going to be very wild thunderstorms and all that. So even
yeah,
the trained fishermen are advised not to go out into the sea. So
yeah,
that is exactly what is happening right now.
yeah, exactly. Because this has happened, same thing has happened in the last February itself. You can see here what has happened.
Yes.
We don't know. We don't know if this will happen or not. But it's better to be cautious than be sorry at a later point of time if this happens again. You never know. I mean, these days, you know, now everything is linked to what is happening in US markets. Now yields are going up, dollar is going up. Anything can happen. We don't know what will happen. So, so be ready for anything, and don't take undue risks unless you know what you're doing and you know that what you're able to manage these things. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because a lot
all.
of people have asked me over the last few days, weeks, that so such a big premium on this straddle. What do you suggest? I said no. As far as in fact, that is a good way of looking at it, which is what I do on a point and figure chart of the straddle. It is not giving a sell. So as long as it is not giving a convincing sell, that itself
Yes,
tells you that prices are not, the straddle is not going to go down. It's just not just straddle itna hai 800 so that's why it should be shorted. That is not the correct way.
exactly. That's yeah. Actually, if you plot these multi straddles, I think it will show how
Yes,
it
yeah,
will it
exactly.
will
That's
look.
what. Yeah.
You look some of these. Let me see this. If you look pretty much all of them,
Mm.
they are see how volatile they are. They are not going down and not going down by much. Maybe a little bit in
Yeah, in fact,
between, but
that is
again
how
go up,
they're.
again go
That
down.
is what I have seen over the years. When VIX starts
Yeah,
drifting down, these straddles start coming down very fast. They are not yet doing that. There is the
yeah,
still almost at the same level for many days.
yeah, exactly. It's started around 900 something. They're still at 720 or something like that.
Yeah,
So, but
correct.
in between there, yeah, yeah, it's dangerous right now. Yeah, hopefully people take some caution. So we just keep these points that we have made, and
Yeah.
it's up to you. Do your own diligence. Don't just go by what we say. We're just cautioning. That's all. Okay, P.
Okay, fine. Hope this was a good enough caution for everyone, especially the beginners who are trying to short straddles and angles. So be cautious and wait for your time to come. Apna time aega. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.